It might be like, well, angels are watching over you, but don't listen to them. You know, they're weird. And some of them don't have your best interests in mind. Yeah, because I think when Mary said that, she didn't, it's sort of like what moms say, right? I think she might have been like, you know, seek other counsel. Right? It's like Cass. I mean, Cass means well, but makes some odd choices. Hello.
How is acting on Supernatural different from acting on other shows or movies?
Well, I can tell you how they're the same. I die in everything. You know, back when I shot Transformers years ago, my manager at the time was like, no, it's going great, I'm having a great time. And he's like, yeah, then, you know, what happens when you're an actor and you get a good job? Then your representation starts calling around and be like, whoa, you should probably see her for this part. You know, she's working on this Transformers movie. It's, you know, like they sell it, right? And he's like, I keep finding myself not wanting to tell people that you die in it. I don't die. I live in this one. He's like, well, really? Like, yeah. Like, I'm fine. And nobody dies around me. My kid lives, my husband comes back from war. It's like, okay, all right. But how is it different? I've never been on fire on anything else. I think it's I mean, I've recurred on many shows, you know, ongoing stuff, but not like this. This is, I feel part of a family, both in the show and out of the show. Like, not just here. I mean, when you know, it's been several years, but when I'm on the set up there with everyone, I know everybody. They're so kind and sweet, and it's both the crew, the cast, everybody. As well as on the show, because I like belong in there. I'm part of the original family. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome. I do go on sometimes. Yes.
Hello. If you had only 1 week left to live, how would you spend it?
Ouch. Sit down. You mean me or Mary?
You.
Me. Crying. I think I take my husband and my kid and go somewhere really nice, like Bora Bora, or you know, Puerto Vallarta. I don't know, and just drunk. Where would you go? What would you do?
I've never thought about that.
I see how it is, okay. Well, think about it, and next time, I'm gonna ask you. Okay. Hello?
My question is, if John had been the one to die, do you think Mary would have led Sam and Dean down the same road of hunting?
What do you think?
Keep him safe, right? Get vengeance for her husband, who's really good looking.
He is really good looking, but, no. Zero chance of that. Although, you know, the way the story is, oh, so if John was the one who died, he would have been the one that made the deal, right? Yes. Is that what happened? Did the other deal come back for me? Was it really necessary to kill Mary like that? Is that how it usually goes? No, they normally just, and they're out, right? Make a statement. And I burn her on the ceiling over an infant. I mean, overkill. Really hitting it on the head here, right? No, I think Mary would have done everything in her power she would have lived in a house with all the sigils and been like, get out. And they would have like gone to elementary school and played soccer. Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no way. A mother's never going to send her kids into that age or remember, she was still mad at John. Thank you. What? One more time.
I would.
His mom would. That's funny. Well, what kind of kid were you? Well, depends on the kid. All right, so maybe teen. Had to have been not, right?
Hi. Hi there. So I don't know if you watch Walking Dead or not, but Jeffrey Morgan is playing Negan this season on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
It was like this hardcore bad guy, and so I was wondering.
Is he like a bad guy or is he a bad guy? He's bad.
Capital B, bad guy.
Okay.
And I was wondering, who would you rather place Sam in custody of? Negan or John Winchester?
Not John.
Interesting. Well, it would be hard because John Winchester's dead. But you mean if you were living? I don't know, because I don't watch The Walking Dead. I tried. I was like, I'm out. I couldn't do it. I don't know, I can't, without seeing it, I can't make a choice. So you decide. Okay. Zombies it is.
Negan is good with kids.
Okay. Well, I actually believe that nobody is bad. I feel like they do bad things, and they always are justified in their own head.
Negan's
So maybe he's just a redeeming quality. John Winchester wasn't bad. He was misguided. He was brokenhearted and I think made a bad choice, a selfish choice, but he did it for the right reasons. Still mad. Hi, over there.
Hey, my question is if Mary were to survive Azazel's attack.
If what?
Mary were to survive Azazel's attack, would she like
Right.
sit down with John and explain about what a hunter is, or would she like leave Sam and Dean and John behind to go hunt the thing down, or what would you personally think Mary
Had
would
she
do?
survived that attack, she would definitely have to tell him. She's like, listen, about the, sorry about the fire. She would have to tell him because now they're in danger, right? And judging by how it went down, like she saw him and remembered, is my guess. Because she was like, or she just was freaked out, the guy turned around and gave me all eyes, I don't know. Because if her memory was wiped, did she remember? Did she not? Maybe she didn't know. So that would depend. Like, if he came back, if Azazel came back and she survived, would she know who he was? She'd be like, this really weird guy came. I don't know what he wanted, but he worked, flag up his ceiling, I don't know what happened. So I don't know. But if she knew, she would tell him for sure and teach him how to help defend their family. Or she might sacrifice herself to save her family. Well, you can't get out of that deal. It's pretty ironclad. So maybe she'd make another deal, I don't know. But it was all for moms protect their kids. They should.
I
I'm just gonna sit right here for a second.
Do you think that Mary would have gone in to save Sam from the demon even if she had remembered Dean's initial warning as a younger person?
Yes. Well, she didn't know Sam was in danger. She just heard him crying, right?
Well, she saw the guy in the room and then she saw John gone downstairs and then she knew that there was a man.
Right, but the warning was don't get out of bed. So all she would have heard was the baby crying and been like, it's fine. I don't know, anyone here who has a child or a puppy knows that when you're woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning by crying, you're not like, wait, was today that day? You're just like, make it stop, make it stop. So, if she had remembered, maybe, but I think that would be virtually impossible.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure. Hi.
Hi, my question is, if Mary knew that her kids grew up hunters, what do you think she would think of them now and how they grew up?
She would be proud of what they've done, mad that they had to do it, mad at John for, again, mad. And of course wishing that they could stop. But I mean, they've done a lot of good. They've done some really messed up stuff too, but I think, oh, I hit a new level of volume. Proud of them, but wishing they hadn't done it. Does that make sense? Both? Yeah. Torn, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah. I mean, I just know that she didn't want them to grow up that way, and she was like she felt that way very strongly, and it didn't happen.
But didn't she feel that way before she had children? Like, because then, yeah, she was married, I don't know what she's doing. She was a mess. I don't remember. It's terrible. It's horrible having your memory wiped. Anyone watch Blind Spot? Very, very confusing. Hello.
Hi. Okay, so my question is, obviously The Walking Dead's all over with its casting. They just got Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play Negan. There is a very strong female character coming in, Alpha. If you were contacted by the people who created The Walking Dead to play Alpha, would you?
Is she a zombie?
No, she's a very badass woman that's a little bit crazy, but she's very strong.
Of course. Here's the deal. I can't watch The Walking Dead, but if I could be on it. Yeah, because I just, when you're in there and you're like, oh, look, there's a tube with blood shooting out. It's not real, but when you're watching it, they edit it and I get like, I used to volunteer in the emergency room in LA. And it was, 75% stomach aches. And an occasional, really broken foot or finger. Like, one guy tried to catch a samurai sword that fell out of his sheath. No sword for you. But whenever there was anything that was bloody, I mean, even taking blood. Like, one of my friends was in there, she's like, Sam, come with me. Come in here. She hands me this little bin, and it's got some empty tubes. And she goes, this poor guy was having liver failure, and all his veins were, so they had to go out of his neck to get a blood sample. And I'm like, good, over here, just not gonna. And she goes, here, hold this. And she hands me the first vial of blood to put in the thing, because I'm gonna run them to the lab, right? It was warm. And I started to go, I'm like, I'm going down, I'm going down. And she's like, well, it just came in, and she's from Oklahoma. It just came out of his body, what did it spit? Not to be warm. So anyway, this is why I can't watch The Walking Dead. There's even episodes of this show, there's episodes of Vampire Diaries where I'm just like, wait, is it over, is it over? Okay, I can't. But when you're on the set and you know that it's red sugar water, you're like, that's hilarious.
Plus, you get to look at Norman Reedus.
But
Plus, you get to look at Norman Reedus all day. Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'm sure I know his face, but again, I don't watch it, so.
Who got snakes?
I think I did. Was that a movie? It's older. I'm older. I know that I know he's fake. Come over here. Approach. His hair is in his face and he's wearing sunglasses. Okay. All right. Oh. On the left? In the hat or not in the hat? Okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, that guy. So yes, have him call me.
Will do. Will do.
Hi.
Hi. How did you get into acting, and what were some of the biggest challenges for you?
I got into acting completely backwards. I was a model from a young age, and I sort of found a niche doing commercials. And they were really easy. I was like, oh, is that LA? You know. Does something just change?
Yes.
Okay. I can't continue without my life. They're laughing. And then I got a commercial. I moved out to LA to go to school, actually. And I was like, I'm sick of modeling, it's stupid. I'm gonna do commercials. They're a lot more money, one day work. I'm good at it. Not so good at being a model. And I got a commercial where there was dialogue. I was like, whoa. Like, not just like bye LA, like not just a tagline or something. It was like a whole conversation with this actor Mark Taylor and Dennis Hopper and all. It was super fun. I'm like in a gown and it was like a 5-day shoot. And I was like, oh. And I still didn't. I was like, oh, so this is acting. Oh, okay. And a director had an independent film they were doing and saw the commercial and hired me to be the lead in his movie. And I was like, I should probably get an agent. So I went to an agent and they took me, and I had been dating a quasi-famous actor at the time. So these poor guys, oh my God. So they fly me out to Chicago to meet them, and we all sign the thing, and I go back to LA and like prepare, because we're gonna be in Chicago for a couple months. And I call them, I'm like, I'm gonna need an assistant, and I'd like a nice 2 bedrooms so when people visit. I'm like, what? Really? Like, it's an independent film, it's my first job, but I'm used to like, the quasi-famous actor I was dating was kind of a schmuck. And this is how he behaved. So I'm like, I guess that's what actors do. I need an apartment that'll let me bring my cats. And like, I was a crazy person. And thankfully not because of me, but the funding fell out. And so then I had an agent and no movie, and I was like, tricked you. And then I went on a few auditions, did very badly. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of just, you know, I took a couple classes, and then I auditioned for Seinfeld. I do not know how I got the audition. I had a new agent. She's like, she's super cute, I'm gonna send her in. It was me, a bunch of brunettes that I recognized. And I walk in the room, and it's, you know, Jerry, Larry David, all these people, and I'm like, and I'm like, not funny. But for some reason, they hired me. And that was my first job. So the entire time I went, right. Actually, the next job I got was a little movie, and I went and I handed my resume, and it's like, HBO commercial, Seinfeld. Really? This is your resume? I'm like, he's like, well, you would not make that up. I'm like, but usually they shoot sitcoms live, right, with an audience. This particular episode, for some reason, I mean, they could do this in their sleep. It was like their 9th season or something. And they were blocking and shooting, so it would rehearse and then shoot. So I didn't get, like, confident doing the whole story. And I was young, and it was my first job, and so they'd be like, what are we having for lunch? I don't know, let's ask the waiter. I'm like, we can't hear you. I'm like, seriously? So this is one of the sweetest things that's happened to me, actually. Jason Alexander's like, come here. You see that pole on the other side of the stage? Like, you know, the sound stage was as big as this room. I'm like, yeah. He's like, talk to that. I'm like, it's like, you're gonna feel like you're yelling, but then the rest of us will be able to hear you. And I can get fired. So that was my first job, and since then I've been, you know, puttering along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. So, if your character Mary would come back permanently or stay until she's an old age, how do you think Sam and Dean would react to that?
Well, I think Sam and Dean would react very differently. Sam doesn't remember Mary at all. And I think that Dean's memories of Mary are those of a 5-year-old. So when you're 5, I think that is basically the peak of being in love with your mom, right? I mean, I know my kid loved me a lot more 2 years ago. I think Sam loves the idea of a mom, but you know, when you see a picture of Mary, Dean's gutted and Sam's like, aw, right? So I think it also depends on what Mary would do. Is she bossing them? Are they like, you are no longer the boss of me? Or would they listen? They never listened to John. Mary's boss here, maybe. I don't know.
John was meaner though, like he was more strict.
Well, strict is good, but you know, abandoning them is probably not. You know, you'll be fine. Have a pizza. Like that's not parenting. But being disciplinarian, I think, is good. And Mary would be strict too, I think. But it really depends. Is she going to be like trying to get them to stop what they're doing? It really depends. I don't know. I think she would try to get them to stop what they're doing, and they may not like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, it's warm, right? Yeah, so I was wondering, I hear the boys like to play lots of pranks on people on, you know, set. So did you ever get pranked? I mean, it's April Fool's, so I thought we, you know.
I'm just going to say 2 things. First, it is April Fool's Day. Second, I'm really glad they're not here. Because I've said this before, they have not pranked me. I like to think it's because they fear me. Maybe they don't think I'd be a fun prank-y. But no, they have not pranked me. I don't know. Famous last words, I'm sure. Thank you. I'm leaving tomorrow. Hello.
Hi. It might have been a non-event for you, but on the set when you filmed the one with the memories in heaven, when Dean was wearing the I Love Hugs shirt, he was like, that was one where he comes over and hugs you and says it's okay, Daddy loves you too.
Right, but that wasn't the one with the genie.
No.
That was when I was old lady.
Right, this is...
The heaven one is when I'm making a sandwich and I'm on the phone. Right.
I'm just curious, did they give him the business for wearing like the little kid shirt, I Love Hugs, or...
Oh yeah, I was right there in the script.
But I mean, the people on the set, the other actors and stuff, were
Oh,
like...
did they give him?
The business, like, you know, pick
Oh.
up...
I thought you meant that they give that.
No, I'm sorry.
Come on. Probably, I'm guessing, but probably just for a second. It wasn't like ongoing.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. So from the beginning, Dean has always been a kind of mixed character. He's been very protective, but at the same time, from the first episode, he wants Sam to go into this crazy world of hunting. So my question is, do you think if Sam maybe had been a little blonde Samantha, Dean would have wanted her to come along, or do you think he kind of would have had her maybe stay away because she was a girl?
That's an interesting question and one I have not heard. That's a good question, right? I don't know. I mean, how was he with, who was the girl hunter?
Joe.
Was she the daughter of, yeah. How was he with her? Was he protective of her? Or he was like, carry her weight?
He didn't want her to...
He what? He wanted her to hunt or didn't? fuzzy, whatever with them, but I think it was more sisterly, in my opinion.
Or do you think John would have wanted her to hunt? Or do you think he would have been?
I think, just from my experience with my husband and watching him around my son and our friends with daughters, I think it is innate in men to protect women. Most men. I think it is like a caveman throwback. Like they just can't help it. Not all men and not all the time, but I don't think most men would voluntarily put a woman in danger. Or a girl, a daughter, oh my God. I thank the Lord every day that we had a son, because if we had a daughter, I would have killed my husband by now. Because I see him around my friends' little girls, and he's so sweet and like lets them do whatever they want. I'm just like, you're burning the house down. He's like, oh, they're cute. So, I mean, I kind of doubt that Dean would have had his little sister hunting. Is my guess. Do you agree?
I think, like every other hunter, she would have been pulled into it, but I think maybe he would have been like, no, go to school and become a doctor, Samantha, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. He wanted that for Sam, too, until he needed it. I think some ghost getting punched in the face by Sam would be a little different than a girl, because he's like a mouse.
So the actors have been put in different forms of art, like sculpture, print, like toys. How would you like to be portrayed as in some kind of fandom art? Because can you see what I've got on my shoulders?
Can't. I see a coat. Because you're in the dark and I have no glasses on, so you're a lovely blur. Come on over. You can make, what's happening? She's opening a suitcase. Are you a taxidermist? Okay.
I made them look like characters. They got Charlie, Sam, Dean, Cass, Steven, and a outhouse. I'm getting pictures of all the guys.
Okay, well they will love it. I love it less. One of them has vampire teeth. Oh my God, that's kind of amazing and terrifying. I applaud your creativity. Feel free to not make a Mary squirrel. Unless it's a fake one would be awesome. Real. No, I know. I had a pet squirrel for a little while, so I'm like, okay. But honestly, they're going to die. They're going to love that. They're from Texas. They're going to be like, what's that beast?
I actually did art for Dean last year, and unfortunately with an autograph line, and he was just kind of like, yeah. I really am not kidding, that was his actual reaction, but yeah. I just had Dean last year, and I kind of added everybody else.
Well, it will be an awesome picture. Congratulations. Hello. Everyone's murmuring about the dead squirrel.
I think that you've made it clear that you're mad at John.
Did I? Yeah, because I'm kind of mad at you.
Yeah, I was just wondering if somehow Mary and John ended up in heaven or some place with a long enough period of time to talk about their marital differences over what John did to the boys. If they'd be able to reconcile, what do you think? Would they get the love back together? Obviously, they were.
Oh, she never stopped loving him.
Okay, so what do you think would happen? Would they talk it out? Like, where would that conversation
He would
go?
grovel.
How would they make it right? Where would that happen? How are you going to make that right after all those years? The children are like totally not what you wanted them to do exactly what
Okay. I hear your question. Here's a quote for you. Forgiveness is giving up hope of a better past. All you can do is move forward. You can make it right now. We can't fix the past, it's done. That's okay. Especially when you love someone, you forgive them. But they have to make it right. Somehow. I don't know, save them now. I don't know, protect them now. Make Crowley do the work.